Hello, hello.
Hello.
Happy Monday. I don't know about if it would work better in the future for Monday nights, but I figured at least
Oh yeah, you mean instead of Wednesdays?
no for our leadership call.
Oh, you mean instead of Sundays?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, obviously we can talk well longer than an hour. And so my thing was is Robin usually has her call from 5 to 6 and it's been the same call for months now. So I'm just none of my people are going to it. So
Oh,
but it is a lot to stand no, it's a lot to sit on Zoom for 2 hours straight. So if we had ours from 5 to 6 and then we're on a Team Vision Cast from 6 to 7, it's just a lot to sit on Zoom for 2 hours. But I don't know. I was like, we can at least talk about the idea and see what people think.
well, and I mean, do you think we could say let's just make it a half hour?
We can definitely bring that up because I did make an itinerary for this call as well, but I did it for hold on, I will show. It's just got to load. I think I did it also for a half an hour, but so no, I did it for the full hour. That's right. But I mean, we can, change it up because I do want this to be more about, our goals, accountability, things like that. And sometimes, we just end up talking about the things that, we want to do admin stuff or whatever. And I figured that we'll kind of grow out of that as we get more like used to what we're doing and stuff. So
Right.
we're kind of getting there,
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got weekly wins, announcements, admin stuff, today's topic, assignment vision, challenges, and then set our weekly intention. So, I mean, we could blaze through all of that. I mean, and we can also, modify. This is just kind of what I felt like we were all collectively talking about in the beginning.
Right. And I mean, if there's something like, pressing or we get into something, then like, yeah, it could go longer. But maybe if people are like, okay, 30 minutes, like boom, boom, let's, you know what I mean? Like, let's get excited, talk about our stuff, get some ideas, and then roll.
Yeah. Well, and I'm feeling like the chat things get kind of lost in there. So I try to give like very clear assignments and things like that. And I know not everybody's going to partake in every single assignment, but I don't know. And then it's like every time that we do a reel or something, there's always somebody that says a couple days later, oh, shoot, I missed it. I was trying to be very clear with that. And so we're just not going to be able to catch everybody. But then there are times
Right.
nobody hits the deadline and that's fine, too. So it's like having these calls is an opportunity to catch all and to plan ahead. And then people can, take notes and things like that too. So we just want to make sure that, we're using our time, everybody's time well. And I know some people are, they work certain hours during the week. And so that's why the Sunday was good. But
Right.
yeah, we'll never be able to catch everybody. But
Oh, I know.
Are we switching to Mondays?
no, I was saying we can talk about this time slot because Team Vision Cast meets at 6. And so it would only cause us to be on for 30 minutes if we did Mondays. And then for some people, that's an hour and a half of sitting on Zoom.
Yeah.
And so if we did, and for us to try to keep everything that we want to talk about in 30 minutes, like we could if we get really efficient. But that would just, I figured it would take time for the group as a whole to kind of get used to anything. So if we can absolutely keep it on Sundays. I still have it, saved on Sundays. But yesterday, me and Lisa were the only ones on. Like, where is everybody? What's going on?
I was trying to get on to Zora's birthday yesterday. So
yeah, and then
Yeah, and on at like 8:15, and then all of a sudden it started like everybody started talking about like switching, and then I
Yeah,
actually thought today was Tuesday, so I
Oh,
thought I
yeah.
was not going to be here.
Well, and yesterday at my house was just a complete shit show because Miles starts vomiting. So when Brad picked me up at the airport, he's back there pale, his eyes, he has these dark red circles. He just looks awful. And there's a shortage of Tylenol and ibuprofen. We stopped at 3 stops. None of them had it. And so we finally get home and we borrowed some from a neighbor, and he's got some, energy. So he's rushing around, and then he just worked himself up into this slimy puke. And so Brad's trying to clean it up, and I'm like, Lisa, I gotta go. And so it was just us, and it was already like 11 or 14 minutes in. And so we're like, maybe we should just try for tomorrow. So this can be a one-off thing. We've got it recorded. But I do want to, just like individually talk to the leaders that are showing up. And then, one of the reasons that we did create this too was so that we can bring on new people and new leaders. And I know just collectively, after speaking to everybody individually, everybody's numbers are down. There's less people. Almost everybody had to remove somebody from our leadership, financial leadership. And so it's not alone. My general consensus from the weekend was also that it's kind of all over the place. So we've got to row together. And so this morning on the evolution call, it was Lisa DeMeo that was like, I am so tired of anybody saying my team anymore, because we are all one team. And I was like, yes, sister, yes, because she said, if your business is down, then everybody's business is down. So we've got to stop, mine, like we all need to work together. And that's why she opened up Team Evolution. And as far as I know, Team Vision Cast is still open as well, because somebody had said something right in front of Emily too. And she was like, yeah, it's open. So I think Isogenics might have told everybody to open up your calls if you're having one, for anybody to join. And then now they're doing the Tuesday and Thursday call. Then I got an email for the manager's call. So there's no shortage of calls. But the other point to make too, and I think Joel McNish had said this, is like, there's enough coaches out there. We don't need any more coaches. We all need to be the people performing the action. And so maybe, with that being said, like this leadership call has never been about like any one of us trying to coach or lead or teach any of the tools needed. It's about accountability, bringing a place that people can come if we bring in any new partners, and working as a team to create this amazing, resting spot for people to come to if they need what we have to offer. So that's kind of my thoughts that have been rattling around in my brain that I wanted to bring up today. And, we'll continue always with our reels and with our, posts and recognition. I got to write down. Molly sent me a picture today. My great aunt Donine, who's in her 80s, is down 21 pounds.
Wow.
So yay. So I was going to do something, a recognition post or something for her too. So yeah, any thoughts, anything to add? How's everybody feeling? Lisa was at the event this weekend. Her internet's not great in her Airbnb though. Oh, looks like she's trying to rejoin. So Noah, are you going to be our speaker on Wednesday?
Yeah, I've been running around all day, so I'll help
No
you out.
worries,
Sorry-
no
sorry
worries.
about that.
I didn't want to ask too many people too quickly, because I wanted to confirm, like, ask 2 people at once and then confirm those 2 and then ask the next 2 people. So I have this week and next week for a Wednesday call. And then Lisa, is it glitching out now or is it better? Oh, you're muted,
You're muted.
but it looks better. Is it-
Okay, I can't see me, so we'll just do the best we can. What do you need? I got you.
Okay, I'm gonna have you as our community call speaker on the 25th. Do you think that'll be a good day?
Of January?
Yeah,
That's just fine.
perfect. That was easy. So I'll just keep going through the list, but I did write down the product lineup all the way through March. So we have a product every time to talk about, and then I tried to rotate between like a supplement, something that's more meal related, then an elixir, then a snack, and then a supplement, and then a meal related, and then an elixir, and then a snack. And then I started getting into some of the additional stuff, because then I was like, okay, now we need to talk about Celatois. Now we need to talk about, sleep spray. So I was trying to talk about things that we hadn't brought up yet, because sometimes we do just like whatever's on my desk. So now that we have the lineup, I will share that with everybody. I don't know if I'll do like a full-on badge or not, but and then I'll just try to commit a few more weeks out of names, and then yeah. So okay. That's kind of through the admin stuff. We're kind of going through this list a little bit faster. So so if anybody did want to hop off and go to the Team Vision Cast call at 6, they can. It sounds like they're doing a Team Vision Cast accelerator type program. Do you know anything about that, Ange?
Oh, I took notes. I think they're just going over, they're going to recap like everything that happened this weekend. And then I think Emily's going to talk about the thing in February.
Okay.
But yeah, just yeah.
Okay.
Was it awesome or what?
The weekend? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So this was my second NYKO and my third big event. And so it was different than both of the other ones in the sense that, like, first of all, the venue was like a lot smaller. There wasn't a whole section for clothing. There wasn't a big section for promo materials. Like, you literally, you check in, and then right across is the doors to enter. So not at all like Orlando was like huge. It was like a mile, with all of our stuff. It was just insane. So this was much smaller scale, but I felt like there was a definite stronger and deeper meaning in all of the speakers. And so everybody that they chose was like amazing. They were so good at everything. And so they still kind of go through the same subjects where they were like, the PVC 1, 2, 3 and like your why and, the different subjects, but the speakers were thebomb.com. The event, the energy is just incredible. I did get to finally snag the $1 promo at the marketplace. So I got a box of nootropic for $10 and a bag of Harvest Thins, so 11 total. But the people right before me and after me grabbing up everything they could. So they grabbed up all of the Bias, and I wasn't going to fly with those. And they grabbed the e-shots, and the collagen was gone in like 2 seconds. And so the plant-based bars sold out, like everything. So at that point I was like, I only have so much space. I was like, I'm just going to grab the nootropic and yeah, so it was good. Met some people that I've been wanting to meet for a long time. Like, I was like manifesting a chat with Laura Stevens. So I finally cornered her. I was like, you're my friend now. So that happened, but yeah, I'm excited. Does anybody have their ticket for Orlando? Like planning on it? I know Lisa was going to think about volunteering.
No ticket yet, but I'll be there.
Yeah, you were
I'll
going to
be
look into
there.
volunteering, right?
Yep, totally.
Yeah,
I would love to do that.
that reminds me. Yeah, are you coming, Ange, or what's your plan?
Yeah, I mean, our plan, just watching it, I talked to Brooke today. We were just like, oh my gosh, we have got to, we are in
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes. I think Celebration just in general is the one that more people attend because it's in the summer, which it's hot as hell in Florida, but January, the second weekend in January is really hard. So
It really is.
yeah, I mean, like Molly was already back in school, like a lot of sessions are back, like people just took off a bunch of time. And so there was a couple people that like flew in just in the nick of time and flew right out, not all of us have that luxury, but even for me, like I flew Spirit back so I could save a few bucks and,
Lisa, did you have problems getting there or something? I saw something on Facebook that were you delayed or something?
Lisa was,
Yeah,
We-
that's what I thought.
yeah. She had 3 flights, all delayed.
Yeah, actually what happened was the NDSU Bison ended up winning a championship. So all their charter flights took up the tarmac or something like that. I don't really understand what happened, but oh well, I made it.
Okay. Yeah, I just
But
saw on
that was
Facebook
me.
that you finally made it. Like, it seemed like you were
Oh.
really late, so.
Yeah, Fargo Airport. I just posted, oh, it takes a minute and it took me over 2 hours to get through security there
Oh my gosh.
in Fargo.
Do you know there was a Texan Christian college that played today, I think, in LA. And so they were screaming and chanting on my flight. Like somebody was like, TCU, and then everybody would bark or something, and they went back and forth. Like it scared me on the plane because they just started yelling, and I'm like, somebody yelling on an airplane, and then they start chanting, and I'm like, okay.
Here's a good one. I read that just yesterday on one of the flights back, it was all fans and they drank. It was the first time Delta Airlines had all their booze on their flight drank up.
No way.
Yeah, the NDSU. I knew North Dakota would take that home. So interesting fact, but it has been just a party down in this neck of the woods. So flying anywhere, be careful.
Sadie, just looking at your posts on Instagram. Oh my gosh, some of these people, they have lost a lot of weight.
Yes.
I wish boy, that's amazing.
So I met Liz at like my second ever event, and she's, I think, going on 200 pounds lost. And she's somebody that could, lose more. Like I don't want to say anything, rude, but she was large to begin with. And so she's never quit. She's never given up. Like she comes to every event and she brings family and team. And she's dedicated. And then Dana Steele, I don't know how I exactly got connected with him, probably through the Isobody Challenge web Facebook group, but he was a Navy vet. So he and I have been friends and chatted back and forth. And so him and his daughter are both in the 100-pound club. The other person was the first time I met him, but I believe he was, they did another photo that I didn't steal where all 4 of them were together. So they were all at this event, which is how Liz decided to do the math and figure out those numbers. And so
but Ed looks like a different person. It doesn't even recognize him.
It was crazy. And then Dana was one of the Isobody finalists. And so one of the other finalists, Vincetta, I think her name was, she and I have been friends for a while. She's a nurse also. And so, it's like you collect these stories, you get to know these people, and then you can share their stories. And so I know for myself, I am committing to at least one post a day, one reel a day. I'm always keeping my story up. And so today I got a couple of posts in because I was like, I've got to get out this unstoppable pic of our leadership. And because truly and honestly, a lot of people's numbers had kind of fallen down a little bit, I'm like, how can I make this look unique? And nobody's like counting the bubbles to see like, oh, last month it was 29 and this month it's 24. Like I didn't want that. So I was like, let me couple some people up. And, I even put me and Brad and Gabby and Alex, we had a photo together. And then I was like, me and Amy just got a photo together, me and Noah have a photo together, but I don't want it to be like, oh, Sadie is the selfie in all of these pictures. So as we can get more unstoppable community pics together, and we should have, Lisa, me, you and Amy should have found each other, because I think it was just us 3, or who else was there? So we could have, done a couple photos, but it's for sure at the Team Vision Cast event next month, because I know a couple people will be at that, and then at Celebration. So moving on to something else that just reminded me, the new customer 10% off got extended to the 22nd. So the 10% for current customers ends at 12 p.m. Eastern today, but for new customers, that's extended till the 22nd. And at one point I saw that the reset 30-day challenge last day to enter was yesterday. That is incorrect. You can still enter today. I don't know if you can enter at any point this month, but I know some of my people were like, I didn't enter, and they did today and were able to enroll. So I had like 3 or 4 people enroll today. So I had one person on Sunday message me and she was like, Sadie, we didn't know about this information. We're dying over here. We're not knowing about some of this stuff. And I was like, girl, first of all, there's so much going on. I'm only, telling you the things that pertain to you. Second of all, there's a group chat all about it. There's an email I send out about it. Like, it's all over Facebook. It's all over the Isagenix websites. So I'm like, there's no shortage of the information, but every person is different with how they want information delivered to them. Like, some people I swear they need a carrier pigeon. I don't know like how else to like tell them about this stuff sometimes. So that is the 2 updates of that I heard today. Did you guys all see the Be A Biotic? So they had like no signage. They had nothing except for the little table where the scientists are at and the nutritionist. So Dr. Gump was there, and Sarah Richter, and I know I love all of them. I always go up to them and I just like think of like good questions to ask them. So they had these yellow drinks and they were in unwrapped Bia cans, so there was no information. And so I walked up and there were 2 staff there that were answering questions, and so of course I'm like going to town. It's called Bia Biotic. It is ginger flavored. It's a very mild ginger, so it's not like ginger ale. It's almost like lemon limey, and it is caffeine free, but it gives you natural energy from ginseng. And so there's one other major company that sells energy ginseng fizzies, if you've ever heard of those. It's from Arbonne. And so I kind of did, wonder why we didn't ever have anything with ginseng in it. So here we go. And then it has pro and prebiotics in it, but not enough for like a full daily dose. So you still want to recommend people take an additional probiotic. So it's like the kombucha level probiotic. So not enough to be like, you're good to go if they need gut health. They did also say that more gut stuff is coming. Heard that straight from the mouth. And so I'm ready for more of that, because our probiotics, the pills officially fell off. So my dad was not happy because he liked those. So we're trying to get him to start.
The probiotics are officially gone.
Yeah, but we have the Triotic. And so that is a melt in your mouth powder. And I mean, I think it's better, but for somebody like my dad, who is a routine and he likes pills, I don't know why he likes pills, but he takes his handful, and goes. So now he has to rip open a satchel and, do that. It just adjusts to his schedule. So, but having more gut stuff coming is exciting. So the Be A Biotic they don't know what color the can's going to be, because I even asked that question. And then they said it's not going to be orange, and that it will probably be launching. I heard one person say March and one person say, but they told me April. So, that is all the information I have for that. I'm trying to think if there's any other. Go ahead.
Do the Bia still have like all the fruits and vegetables in it? That's the Bia Biotic.
She didn't say if all of the rest of the ingredients were completely the same, but it's still the botanicals energy adaptogen. So I'm guessing at least all the vitamins are there. I don't know if it's going to be like the exact lineup of like shiitake, maitake mushrooms and stuff. They might have changed some of that, but I know that the green tea is out. And so the ginseng is in. So they're calling it caffeine free. And so
I wondered, I've had people that have my son is one of them. He loved Bia, but it started upsetting his stomach. So then he tried I have other people that have had the same thing.
Interesting.
I don't know if it was or maybe it was the caffeine.
Yeah, I would definitely, I mean, if it upset them so bad that they were, out of commission, then I probably wouldn't experiment with, purchasing a whole new Biotic. But if I would imagine that at least if they tried this, then they could see what's similar in the two to figure out what the culprit is. And so it's like the opposite of the elimination, it's like, if they both did have the mushrooms, maybe it is mushrooms, because mushrooms can have a gaseous effect. And so, yeah, I think there's like broccoli in there and stuff too, but I don't understand enough about the cruciferous vegetables being liquidized will have the same gaseous effects as if you eat broccoli or beans, like some things will immediately cause that. And then if your body's functioning, it shouldn't be an issue. But whenever somebody's like, oh, I went plant-based and now I'm really gassy, like I promise it evens out. 3 years in plant-based, like I promise it evens out. But I've known a few people that have had SIBO. And so when they go through the elimination diet, they have to do the FODMAP and they have to get rid of mushrooms and all those other things. But so, yeah, individual basis. But I think that's like all of the kind of exclusive, I don't know, things that we got to do there. We got the adaptogen holiday. That was our gift. And then we got another 30-day action plan. And then we got the 30-day reset pamphlet. There's Lisa has it. And then we got this for your phone or business cards. And it's just a book. So that was our.
No backpack this time?
No. And I even brought our backpack and I was getting mad because it's only one zipper. And I was like, I'm so used to 2 zippers to zip on top so I could just open up and peek in there, but I had to zip it all the way down. And my backpack was so full that every time I had to like punch things in there so I could like zip it all the way.
I saw that gray one, which was a really good one that I got 2020.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, I just got one for my work job, but the zipper is like on the inside of the back underneath the shoulders. And I looked at that and I almost grabbed that for my carry-on. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about the zipper behind the shoulders. Like, so, but it's meant for more like a laptop bag. So I don't know. Okay. I know we only have a couple minutes left, but the 90-second video of what is Team Unstoppable, I got a couple of videos and I think I'm just going to string those together and see what we have. And then I thought it would be good to have, at least 5 different testimonies, but honestly, at this point, I hate begging. So, I mean, if anybody wants to shoot me one tonight, great. But if not, like, I'm not gonna, work on that. But what I really wanted that 90-second video for, not just for like to do a reel or a TikTok or whatever, but to put it on our milkshake. And so I'm always like trying to update that. It's literally on my ongoing to-do list over and over again. And so that is on my to-do list. And then finally the vision board party. I don't know if it's too late to try to, do it next week. But I did come up with the graphics. I am totally fine pushing it to the 22nd, but I did in 3 simple steps, here's how you can do a vision board. And so, but in doing the party, I would like, everybody to invite and come and things like that. So
Have you figured out anything on the presentation that we talked about?
Yeah, I didn't get to start that. And honestly, like that needs to be put into chunks. And so chunk number 1 was create just the Canva, like it is there. Chunk number 2 is like subjecting each slide, I think. And so I almost want to do a small group or something to like come up with that, because if we're all going to use this as a presentation, then I'm not going to be the only one doing it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so that's where I'm kind of like, it just keeps getting put further down the list. But I don't know. I mean, again, like when we have people like asking us for opportunity meetings, that's when it's like, oh crap, got to do it now. That procrastinator and us all,
Yeah.
But if we had it, would everybody be inviting to it is the other question. So,
I think yes, but also it's also a better, it would be a lot more useful for a lot of people,
yeah,
than the one that's out there right now.
yeah.
I will
So,
just tell you that I'm not comfortable using the one that's out there right now because it's so long.
well, what I'll do is I'll do a separate, I know another group chat, but I'll do another group chat that is like the primary leaders that come on that have had interest in having this opportunity slide. And then I'll just start asking everybody for like, what should each slide say, and start getting feedback there before I start moving things together. Or like, what images do you think need to be on here? Does anybody have a, like, even just a screenshot or a picture of different slides that you feel like we want to have that essence of it or whatever? Like, do we want to have the integrity slide? Do we want to have the pick your path slide? But I'll create that. And then, if anybody's like, I don't care about this, then you can exit the group. But that just helps me because I've been wanting to do the compensation one, and that's more something that I would share right now. But again, too, like when it comes to other things that come up and are more pressing, that they get front loaded. So, all right. So at this point,